quite a bit today. Get an idea, hopefully give you some activities that allow you to start to make the connection between the biomechanics principles that we've been talking about, Newton's laws, when we're looking at inertia, when we're looking at forces, when we're looking at opposite motions. All of these are environmental type constraints, gravity. Right? So how do the constraints affect some of the motor skills? So we've talked a little bit about it in class, but I just wanted you to get the opportunity to kind of play with it a little bit. All right? So I want you to work with a partner today, and I've got a couple of things that I want you to be doing. All right? Did I bring my hand out? Yes. Okay. So, and I'll put them up on the board so that you have the list. On the handout, there's several diagrams, and I want you to look at, can you identify, given the first one that's the example, can you identify the where the contact points are and what the base of support will be? All right, and think about then where or how would you have to apply force to put that person off balance. And then another activity is going to be running out in the corridor. Obviously not too fast because we don't want anyone to get hurt. You're going to run forwards down the corridor and then run backwards down the corridor, and then I want you to discuss where am I applying the force? Like, what's happening for me to run forwards and backwards? Right? And if then I run forwards and change direction and run backwards, what has to happen for that to occur? Right, so these are all ideas that we've talked about in class. Everybody got their hand out? All right. So that's two. Third one that I want you to do is get one of the bouncy balls, and we're missing a couple, so I have to go find where they've gone. We're missing one. We should have 3 blue ones in here.
There's one back there.
Oh, there's another blue one down there? Oh, right, okay. So I want you to get the ball, all right, and work out what do you have to do to balance on the ball. Okay, and if I balance with my legs bent, and then I straighten my legs, what happens and why? Think about the third law. Alright, so I want you to play around with that. So that's, hold on, we've got the sheep, we've got running, we've got balancing. The other one, have a little ball first thing. So if the ball's stationary on the ground and I roll it, what happens and why? Okay. Because what does the first law of motion say? Will stay in movement unless. Alright, so when you roll the ball along the ground, what happens? Right? And then so running, sheep, balancing, rolling. And the other one is I just want you to get the ball, find something to throw at, and work with your MSU chart and do your MSU chart and think about what is happening mechanically that makes stage 1 less efficient than stage 5. Okay. I would recommend that you also look at, over the next couple of days, at least lab activity 3.1, because I think that's the one that you would enjoy the most, because they got some quite fun film clips, all right? Because I read through that and I think that they're looking at what are the similarities and what are the differences between particular skills. And how do constraints and laws of motion apply to those skills. So that would be a very useful activity for you. All the lab activities would be useful for you when you're studying for the exam. But I think that one would certainly help solidify the idea that I'm not looking at constraints being right or principles of motion being right. They both apply. How do they interact to help me explain what I'm looking at? Okay. Got it? So, sheet, running, balancing, rolling, throwing with your MSU chart. Yes, sir.
Where do we write all this other stuff down, the running and stuff? What do you want to write down?
Oh, it's for your benefit.
Oh.
I wasn't planning on you handing it in. You can just write them on the back, talk about them with your partner. The point is you need to understand this stuff.
All right.
I understand it.
That's the first grade.
Yeah,
All right.
no, it's just an activity because sometimes sitting down is not helping us learn very much. Thank you. Good reaction. All right? We don't learn well when we're sitting still. The kids don't learn well when they're sitting still. You guys don't learn well when you're sitting still. So every now and then, I like to try to give us something to do, particularly when we're looking at concepts that some of you might be a little bit hazy about. So, find partner.